I've been here for almost 5 years. So I've seen a lot, stuff that I never saw before. We've seen a lot of puppies that come in with ticks and fleas, but I have never seen that many ticks, where their ears wouldn't even lay flat, they were so full. And just overall the shape that they were in.
They were in a very bad condition. They were just covered in ticks. That doesn't happen from night to morning. That's been happening for days, even weeks, even worst case scenario, from a month. All of the ear canals were just covered in ticks everywhere. All of the skin was just very bad. After we removed the ticks and we do some blood work, it became very anemic. The red blood cells were very low, the white blood cells as well, the platelets were low. We were thinking about the worst. We were very concerned about these dogs and their condition because it can go very bad very quick. But after we started the initial treatment, we started treating all of the symptoms. They were also having diarrhea, vomiting, and they were just pale. The mucosa, the gums, the ears, the skin, everything was pale because of all of the blood loss from those ticks. We were afraid. We were thinking about the worst case scenario.
I saw that they had found some puppies over at Cibola and they were boxers and they needed fosters, and I texted, oh my gosh, are they available? And she's like, yeah, do you guys want one? I was like, well, we've been looking to buy a boxer and I'd much rather foster one than buy one if she needs a home. And she's like, yeah, you guys can come pick her up tomorrow.
So the minute I saw her condition, I said, hey, I can help. I can take care of her, I can foster her. So it was just heartbreaking to see. What drew me, it was just the fact that she'd been left and abandoned and in such bad shape that it just broke my heart, and I knew I could help.
We saw their story and just fell in love at first sight. And so I let my husband know on Facebook, and about 2 minutes after I let him know, he had already been on the phone with HSOY, had an application in, and the next day we had a puppy.
She still had a lot of ticks all over her. They were dead, but they were still attached to her. Like, her ears were really crusty and full of ticks. Her armpits were, her bottom was, in between all her toes were. Her gums were like the color of milk. They were so white. She just really just kind of laid around, didn't do much. Like, I wasn't quite sure she was gonna make it, but she looked pretty bad.
So she was sick the first couple weeks, and she had to be on antibiotics, different antibiotics, and then another set of antibiotics.
She had her moments when we first brought her home where she would be spunky for about 5 to 10 minutes at a time, but she is like straight up princess. Like, she doesn't like her kennel to be dirty, she doesn't like her feet dirty, she doesn't like it if our boy dogs like get her dirty. Like, she'll go dump out their water if they mess with her too much. So it's like the daughter I never had because I have all boys. So she's very girly, she's very prissy, she's very like, I want to be clean, I don't want to be dirty. She likes her food in her own bowl, in her own area of the house. She likes her own bed, her own toys.
When she's playing, she's a puppy and she definitely chews. So I've lost a couple plants because she likes to chew on them. But you know, she's just also really mellow for her breed. So generally wherever a person is in the house, she will be right below their feet, like she's protecting them. It's hard for me to fathom that anyone would leave, let alone abandon them, but allow them to get in the condition she was in with the number of ticks. I can't believe, I guess someone who cares for animals so much, I can't fathom it.
I think there's a different type of bond than when you take a puppy from like their mom. So she bonded to like me and my husband and my kids and our other dogs a lot more than when you bring a puppy that's like had a good life, where she was like, thank God someone found me. I don't have ticks anymore. So it's just sad when like they get found like that. Like, there's just no reason for it.
I've been here for almost a year. I have seen a lot of bad cases coming through the shelter, and what I like is see those animals go home to a forever home healthy. I love my job because I can see the beginning and the end of many very bad cases, very bad diseases. Like, I have seen very bad stuff in here and outside before coming here. And I'm happy that I'm able to help this community, these dogs in this shelter. It makes me happy and makes me feel fulfilled that I'm doing this job for the best for the animals here in the county.
You know, working here has been so rewarding for me. I do a ton of fostering. So when I see animals come in that are, like I said, you know, in bad shape, and seeing them come back later after coming, you know, going into a foster home and coming back, and just seeing them healthy and happy, and knowing that I was a part of saving their life is really probably the most rewarding.
The Humane Society of Yuma took in over 6,000 animals in 2021, many of which are sick or injured. With your support, the Humane Society of Yuma continues to help animals in our community. Help us save one until there are none.